Benedictine monk is a man who desires, above all things, to seek God. Monks are ordinary Christian people who've discovered the best way for them to follow Christ is life in a monastery. Benedictine life is not flashy, but rather is about directing all of our life and attention to God.
Holiness is something that happens here and now in this world in the very ordinary things of life. The monks here are very joyful and holy in the sense that we're ordinary.
Benedict wrote a rule of life that would govern not only his monastery, but eventually all the monasteries of Western Europe.
There's a very big moderation to everything that he says. It's not too much on the extreme of one side or the other. It's a very balanced approach to life.
One of the lines in the rule is, "Let them prefer nothing whatever to Christ, and may he bring us all to everlasting life." And the way that we prefer nothing to Christ is that we learn about Christ as much as possible by meditating on the Scriptures.
I like the structure of the day. We know what time we're praying, 6, 7, 11, 15, 5:30, and 7:15 every day. We're together, praying the offices and seeking God together. The very atmosphere of the monastery is conducive to prayer. With all the lakes and the trees and the forest, it definitely gives you a sense of silence and peace.
The Benedictine motto is Ora et Labora, pray and work. The monastery becomes a place where a person learns to pray and learns to work within the enclosure of the monastery.
The love that we have is poured into our work.
The monastery has always felt its mission has been the seminary. You have a group of men who've committed their life day in and day out, and the seminarians are inspired by that.
I've always loved being in the classroom, and so one of the things that did attract me to the monastery here was the apostolate of the seminary college. And I really enjoy teaching. I've enjoyed teaching Old and New Testament.
We have now a Christian Life Center, a retreat house. We have a bakery where we bake bread twice a week to deliver to the poor of New Orleans. We have St. Joseph Woodworks, where we build cypress caskets in order to help support ourselves.
I don't feel like I have to fit into a mold. I can be myself. We have time to seek the things in our life that we enjoy. It may be tailoring, artwork, woodworking, gardening, pottery, making soap, photography, different things that allow us to express ourselves, and through these things, build our relationship with God.
One of the great moments of our community life is after supper when we get together and it's just full of humor and everyone enjoys a good laugh. I think those moments really help solidify a community like it does for a family.
Despite our differences, despite the things that we may disagree upon, we all love each other. We all care for each other. And there's a deep relationship in that communal bond that we have.
In the chapter in the rule on the acceptance of newcomers, the line that comes to me most is, does the newcomer truly seek God?
The only way that you're gonna really sustain and have a very fruitful and fulfilling monastic life is if you're seeking God.
My vocation to become a monk is a vocation to a particular place, to a particular monastery.
You have to come and see. You have to come and live the experience, because it's an experience that is like no other.
To be a monk is one of the most interesting and I think the most joyous ways of life that someone can embrace.
I saw the monks as having a balanced life of prayer and work. Once I came here and started to experience the life, I found out that this is what I wanted.
I love it here. I feel like I've accomplished everything God has wanted me to do, and I could drop dead right now and feel like I've done what He wanted me to do because I've lived my life here. It's not meant for everyone, but for those who really want to give themselves to God and to follow in His footsteps, this is a perfect place for men to be.
The happiness that I feel is a deep fulfillment and joyful happiness that is found in my relationship with God. I feel like I'm doing what God called me to do.